again the further descendants of Daksha that will be narrated. So, like further descendants of Swayambhu Manu, which is like Prasuti, who is married to Daksha, that will be narrated. So we will see that. So today we will see the history of Kardam Muni. So Kardam Muni, Vidura, when he heard that Swayambhu Manu has Brahmaji has created Swayambhu Manu, so he further asks the question that what did Swayambhu Manu, how did Swayambhu Manu's progeny that populated the universe. So Manu is very famous. He is he only populated the universe. So from the word Manu, like man has come, or Manusha has come in Sanskrit, because they are all coming from Manu. So he's like original father of the humankind, we can say. And even English word man is also coming from him. So he he produced Manu's dynasty. Manu has two sons, Priyavrata and Uttanapada. So he asked about how did they rule, how did they protect the dharma, and please narrate about Devahuti and Kardam Muni. So Devahuti is the daughter of Manu, and Kardama is a great sage born of Brahmaji. She was married to Kardam Muni. So please narrate about them and how many offspring they had. So please, I am eager to hear about all those things. And Prasuti was like one more daughter of Swayambhu Manu, married to Daksha, and Akuti is married to Ruchi. So their lineages also I want to learn. So Bhagavatam from now onwards till the end of fifth canto almost describes about these five personalities, lineages of these five personalities. So now, in order to narrate Devahuti and Kardam Muni history, he starts narrating about Kardam Muni. So Kardam Muni is a son of Lord, he appeared from the body of Brahmaji, and Brahmaji has ordered him to propagate the children in this world. So he started austerity of worshipping the Lord for 10,000 years in the bank of river Saraswati. So he practiced bhakti, and he completely practicing that completely surrendering to the Lord. So Lord is very much satisfied with his tapasya for 10,000 years. So therefore he showed his form. So Kardam Muni, when he saw the form of the Lord, again the form of the Lord is described like he is appearing, he has appeared on Garuda. So he came along with Garuda, and he was like again, whenever the opportunity comes to describe the form of the Lord, so Sukadeva Goswami and Maitreya Muni, all these people, they describe how beautiful Lord is. He is having yellow silk cloth, and his face was decorated with curly hair. He is having kirita and earrings, kundala, and he is having Shankha Chakra Gadadhara in his four. So here the form of the Lord sometimes may vary. Here it is like he is holding, sometimes lotus is described, sometimes white lily is described. So like that he is having white lily here. And he is very happily smiling. He has whenever the form of the Lord is described there, he is very nicely smiles, and that smile captivates the hearts of the devotees. And he is sitting, his feet are placed on the shoulders of Garuda, and Kaustubha Muni he has and he stood in the air in the Garuda. So in this way he appeared. So Kardamuni was very he developed, he fully happy and fully satisfied. He was like, as soon as he saw, he offered his obeisances unto the Lord by falling like danda. So that is why it is called as dandavat. It's like falling like a danda. He is fully full of love for the Lord, and he started offering prayers. So Kardamuni prayers, like uh, these are like the prayers of Kardamuni. He has a particular desire to satisfy from the Lord. So he has a kind of, we can say, material desire. He wants a wife who is suitable for him, because but that is because he wanted to fulfill the instruction of Lord Brahmaji. So he prayed to the Lord, fulfill that desire, but at the same time, he knows the ultimate goal is to achieve love for the Lord and go back to Godhead. So although he prayed for the desire, but in the back of mind, he also desired that at the end of life, I want to come back, or I want to develop love for you and go back to Godhead. So we can see that flow. So we will see. So he says that, "Oh Lord, now my like I am like my power of my eyes have become perfected, because now I have attained the darshan of you." And even great personalities like great yogis, even when they perform great yoga, even they cannot see this form of you after many lifetimes. But now that I have got your darshan, I am so much my power, the purpose of having my eyes is has got fulfilled. So in this way, he says that he expresses his happiness in seeing the form of the Lord, and he says that people worship you, your lotus feet, like your lotus feet can cross the ocean of material existence, and it has such power. But people who are captivated by your Maya, they worship those lotus feet to attain something temporary, which is like material pleasures of the senses. And these material pleasures, they are said to be even available in hell also. So, but you never reject those people who worship you. So therefore, even you sanction their desires. You bestow your mercy upon them. So that means he's acknowledging that he has material desires, and he prayed the Lord for those material desires. But he is at the same time he's saying that your lotus feet can offer so much more. Like it can offer it. One can cross over this samsara if someone worships you. And as far as these material desires are concerned, so they like all the temporary pleasures that we attain. So those pleasures, wherever one goes, those pleasures are available everywhere. Like even in Swarga, they are available. Even in earth, they are available. Even in heaven, also they are. Even in hell, also they are available. But it may vary. The amount of happiness one gets in different places may vary. So he's saying that, but everyone will get. So it is not necessary to like offer like but it is not only people who are influenced by Maya, they will ask for these things because these are temporary. So but he says that I am also like them. He is not saying that everyone people ask like that, but I am also one of them. So because of my desire to marry a suitable girl, I want I want to marry a girl who is having like disposition, and who can fulfill like all my desires in married life. So therefore, I sought your lotus feet. And your lotus feet is like desire tree. It can fulfill all the desires. So I am also like one of them who is praying for you some material benediction. So I prayed you like that. So then the Lord says, Lord may say that, why can't you become like a pure devotee? Why you are asking for material desires? He says that actually I am, everyone is under the direction of your instructions, and you are the like you are the master of everyone. I am bound by the instructions of Brahmaji, my father, who has ordered me to propagate the progeny. So therefore, because of that, I need to engage in this. I need to follow his order, and so I am asking for this desire. But he, at the same time, he praises the devotees who doesn't have any material desires, and how they always worship the Lord. लोकांश्च लोकानुगतान् पशुंश्च हित्वा श्रितास्ते चरणातपत्रम् परस्परं त्वद्गुणवादसीधुन् पीयूषनिर्यापितदेहधर्मा. So people who are like who have like who are not like following the world, they say like people may follow like someone else is doing, so therefore I need to do. So like that, everyone in this world follows one or the other in satisfying the material desires and pursuing material happiness. But people who have given up that process and who have completely taken shelter of your lotus feet, which is like acts like atapatram. Atapatram means umbrella, means it removes all the sufferings. And what is their activity? They always with discuss with one another your uh, glorious activities. Tat gunavada sidu piyusha. And that discussion will actually bring out the nectar. So, and they completely neglect they are completely freed from the necessities of the material body. So those people, they always attain for them, there is no effect of time. So generally time in this world, it rotates like 360, like time is said to be constantly rotating with every rising setting of the sun. So that time will affect everyone except the persons who are always hearing about the glorious activities of the Lord. Even the persons who have material desires or other persons who approach the Lord and hears for the glorification of the Lord, even that is like eternal benefit, because that much amount they are dedicating for the hearing about the Lord. So that will act like eternally benefit. So therefore that time that they spend, it is not a waste and it is eternally benefit. But all other time that they spend in other activities, it simply it simply reduces their lifetime. So this time that the people who are completely surrendered to you, O Lord, the time cannot uh, touch the lifespan of the devotees of the Lord. That means devotees, even apparently it seems that they are giving up their body, but they attain eternal life in Vaikuntha and other places. So therefore time doesn't affect the devotees. So, and he glorifies the Lord that you are the only person who is creating, maintaining, and destroying this whole world through your energies. So he gives one analogy, spider. The spider analogy previously also came. So this is how the Lord is glorified, that the spider, it generates its web from its own mouth. and it plays in that web for some time, and again it winds up this whole web through its own mouth. So similarly, Lord alone existed before, and he created this whole material world through his energies, and he plays in it for some time. He takes different avatars, he stays in like Purusha avatars, and again he winds up this whole material world through his mouth. So in this way, you are the only creator, and you create all these gross and material objects for our sense gratification. And so in fact, you are the one who provided everything. So let your mercy be upon us, and in from upon us, so that we can, so that we will be able to perform our dharma. And in this way, I completely offer my obeisances to your lotus feet, and your lotus feet, like it will bestow benedictions to anyone. So please show your mercy upon us. And in this way, like Kadamuni offered his uh, prayers, basically asking for the Lord for the boon, but at the same time expressing the higher position of, expressing the like position of devotees who are completely surrendered. And at the back of mind, he also has the desire to attain that. So this is like wonderful prayer. We can see Kadamuni is like to perform dharma, he is asking for a wife, and after performing dharma in his life, he also want to attain perfection. So that is a wonderful so Kadamuni is the ideal Gruhastha example is given in Bhagavad. So Kadamuni, in this way, when he praised the Lord started speaking. So Lord was very happy to hear the words of Kadamuni, and with full of affection he started speaking. So I know that uh, what you want, because I know your mind. I have already arranged for what you are praying, that a wife that you want suitable nature for you. I have already arranged. So Manu is the like Manu is the supreme ruler of this world, and he has a daughter who is very like who is very famous in this world, and he will offer her daughter to you. He will come day after tomorrow, and he will offer his daughter Devahuti to you. And devotees like you, whoever desires, who are completely dedicated to me, their desires will never get frustrated. So therefore, this Manu will come and offer you uh, his daughter. She will be just like whatever you desire, like whatever your desires in all these years. You might be thinking like, I want a wife like that, and she will be exactly like that. So, and through her you will bring forth 9 daughters who will further propagate the this universe, propagate this world. And they, you also completely execute your dharma, and you offer all your results to me, and you also finally attain me, and you bestow your compassion to all living entities. You achieve your self-realization, and you will understand that I am situated everywhere in this universe, and all the universes are situated in me. And because of your uh, wonderful bhakti, I was very much satisfied. So therefore, I myself appear as Kapila. I myself appear as your son and propagate the system of philosophy called as Sankhya. So in this way, the Lord has benedicted Kardamuni. So if you see Kardamuni is like how the Lord benedicted Kardamuni. Kardamuni desired a wife suitable for him, but Lord has arranged a daughter of an emperor. So that means like all his expectations are fulfilled beyond his imagination. So like Lord, even if he, like it is said that Krishna, when he gives with 10 hands. We only have 2 hands. How much we can hold? So, like when someone pleases the Lord, and if Lord wants to fulfill, he fulfills to his utmost, with complete satisfaction that we can see, and uh, and also Lord Himself has agreed to become His own son. So that is a one more greatest boon he got, Kapil Dev, the Kardamuni. So like whatever one may be, if one continues to pray the Lord, Lord will satisfy the both the aspects that we can see here. So in this way, after speaking, the Lord departed from that Bindu Sarovara. So that place is where Kardamuni is performing is called Bindu Sarovara. So Lord departed, and the Kardamuni was staying there because Lord has said day after tomorrow the Manu will come. So after as indicated by the Lord, Manu along with Shatarupa and Devahuti, they have arrived to the Swayambhu Manu's ashram. So when they arrive, the what they saw in that Bindu Sarovara, that is described. So that Bindu Sarovar is called as Bindu Sarovar because the Lord, seeing the austerities of Kardamuni, seeing the bhakti of Kardamuni, he shed his own tears. So because of that, that Bindu Sarovar got filled. So, and that Bindu Sarovar is so beautiful that it is filled with waters of Saraswati river, which is flowing in that direction. And there are so many wonderful trees, wonderful birds, bees, peacocks are there, and so many nice uh, flowering trees and beautiful fruit giving trees are also there, and it was surrounded by beautiful so many different kinds of animals and birds. So in this way that beauty is described. So Manu, he sees Kardamuni, and Kardamuni, he was performing so many austerities. So, but uh, although he was performing austerities, he was in a forest, but still he was shining. He is like not at all emaciated because the Lord's glance fell on the Kardamuni. So he was like kind of unpolished gem. So he he came. So when the Manu he has appeared, Manu has Kardamuni received Manu according to the procedures. So Kardama started glorifying Manu. So Kardama is a Brahmana who is son of Brahma, and his duties are different. And Manu is a Kshatriya who is the ruler of this whole world. But Kardamuni and Manu, they both glorify each other in this section. So that we can see how Brahmanas and Kshatriyas, they are mutual respect, how they mutually respect each other, and through their mutual cooperation, this whole world will be protected. So that is a system of Vedic Varnashram. So Kshatriyas, they will run under the direction of Brahmanas, and Brahmanas who are completely under the direction of Shastras, under the direction of the Lord in the form of Shastras, they direct the Kshatriyas. In that way, and Kshatriyas, they rule according to Brahmanas and the Shastras. So in that way, everyone in the society, they get benefit by this combination of Brahmanas and Kshatriyas. So that we can see Kardama glorifies Manu here as a Kshatriya, as a king, So Kardama says that, oh, you, like you are the representing the Supreme Lord. So unless you take this, the danda means Kshatriyas generally, they has this punishment. They have the power of punishment for for punishing the unscrupulous persons. So you are the one who protect the virtuous people, and you punish all the demons, because you had the energy of the Lord Hari. And you are also representing all the devatas, because king is said to be, all the devatas are said to be uh, living in the body of king. So king, he represents all the different devatas. So like sun god, moon god, Soma, Indra, Yama. So all these personalities, they work through you. And if you don't travel in this world with your danda, with the chastisement power you have, unless you protect this Varnashram Dharma, mm, all the dharmas will be destroyed in this world. Because you protect everyone, these dharmas will run, otherwise the dharmas in the world will be broken by unscrupulous persons. So if you don't uh, protect all the world and punish the miscreants, this whole world, the unrighteousness will flourish, and the one would all these people, thieves and everyone, they attack others. In this way, everyone will suffer. So therefore, a strong government or a person who establishes dharma, unless he is there, the whole the all the citizens will suffer, because rogues and thieves will come. This is also the theme in Bhagavatam and other scriptures like Ramayana and Mahabharata, where whenever there is no king, and after some time, all the thieves will start looting all other beings. So this is discussed even in the section of later in Anga. In Ramayana also, there is some discussion how religion will increase as soon as there is no ruler. So in this way he praises, and please let me know if you have any desire, we will carry out. Like that he glorifies the Manu. So then Manu, after hearing all these glories, he, like Kardamuni praised Manu, but interesting way Manu takes to take them, that Manu also glorifies Kadamuni and says that whatever you have glorified me, I have taken it as my instruction that I should follow. So Manu started speaking that actually Lord Brahma has created you, the Brahmanas, from his mouth and from his face. And these Brahmanas, their nature is they are full of austerity, knowledge, and mystic power, like Tapo Vidya and Yoga Yukta, and they are completely in control of their senses. And for the protection of Brahmanas, the Brahmaji has created Kshatriyas, who are like coming from his arms. So therefore, Brahmanas are said to be the heart of the Lord, and Kshatriyas are said to be the arms of the Lord. So Kshatriyas, the one of the nature, when our good qualities of Kshatriya are mentioned, the one word that is always used is Brahmanya. Brahmanya means they always respect Brahmanas and they work under the direction of Brahmanas. In that way, Kshatriyas get their empowerment. So that's why he is acknowledging that. And he is saying that Now all my doubts got resolved just by meeting you, and because you very kindly and clearly explained the duty of a king to protect his subjects. So Kardamoni has actually praised Manu that you are protecting and therefore every world is peaceful. But he's saying, he's taking it as an instruction. Oh, I should always protect the citizens. So in that way, he took it. And by good fortune, I am able to see you, because in order to see you also, it is very, very difficult in this world, because who have not controlled their senses and mind, they will not be able to see a personality like you. So, and I am able to touch your lotus feet, and that you told me to ask for a benedict, or ask for a benediction. So I have come here for a benediction from you, that I have a daughter and I have a lot of affection for my daughter, this Devahuti, and she is the sister of Priyavrata and Uttanapad. She mentioned that Priyavrata Uttanapad name because they are very great personalities. So she is the sister of Priyavrata and Uttanapad, and she is also looking for a husband who has a good correct character, good qualities, and of the same age, in terms of age, character, and good qualities. So, and she heard about your glories from Narada Muni. So, therefore, she fixed her mind upon you. So, therefore, please accept her, and and she will fulfill all your grihastha duties. So, and one interesting thing he says that when a person is offering something, and a person who is, even if he is detached, still it is not good to deny an offering that comes on its own. What to speak of person who has desires? And if someone is offering something, and if he desires, if he reject this, and later on begs from that person or another person, his reputation will go away. And so therefore, I have learned. So it is interesting that saying that, like, persons who have desires, if someone is offering those desires, one can accept. Otherwise, if he rejects and later on begs from somebody else, that destroys fame. So in that way, he's saying. And I have come to know that you have not, you have a desire to marry. You have not taken lifelong vow of becoming brahmacharya. So therefore, please accept this my suggestion. So in this way, Manu offers Devahuti. So Kardamuni, he accepts that proposal, that I will definitely have a desire to marry, and your daughter is not yet married, and you have not given your word to anyone. So therefore, our marriage can take place according to Vedic system, and he also glorified Devahuti, who would reject her because she is very beautiful, and in fact, her beauty enhances the beauty of her ornaments. And he says that even a Gandharva, Vishwavasu, when he saw her on top of her palace, he fell down from his, like, his desires arose, and he fell down from his airplane because of his wrong action. So such is the beauty of Devahuti. So, and she is also the sister of Uttanapada and Priyavrata. So who would reject her? So, and she has, like, you have come on your own and offering. So who will reject her? But he puts a condition that I will accept her, but as soon as I produce children, I will go away and I will start worshipping the Supreme Lord. And because I am very much attached to worshipping the Lord, so but the because I am bound, he is the highest authority for me because he is the Lord. And as soon as I produce offspring, then I will renounce and I will worship the Lord because Lord is the highest authority for me. So in this way, he puts a condition that he will accept her, and when the children were produced, he will renounce. So Manu, and he consults Shatarupa. Devahuti also attracted to Kaddamuni, and Manu, seeking the opinion of both Shatarupa and Devahuti, so he agrees to hand over Devahuti to Kaddamuni. So although he put that condition. So then so Manu and Shatarupa, they gave lot of valuable things like jewelry, clothes, and other things to Devahuti. System of this dowry is present, but it is given out of their own will. So then Manu, after handing over, he is like he is now Manu and Shatrapan, they need to go back. So Manu has lot of affection for daughter. Generally, daughters are fathers, they have more affection towards their daughters. So Manu has a lot of affection, and he's shedding tears, saying Amba Amba, like oh my dear daughter, oh my dear mother. So like that he was crying. So in this way, he Manu and Shatrupa, they departed. The Manu, after leaving that place, he went to his own place called Brahmavarta. So in Brahmavarta, the how Manu ruled briefly, that is described. So Manu, he is a king, like he is the first person to rule the whole world. And that Brahmavarta, that place itself is came because Varahadev, when he appeared, when he shook his water, that water, the hair from that Lord Varahadev fell on that place, and they became Kusha and Kushagras and Kasha, by which people can perform so many sacrifices. Therefore, it has become Barhishmati and that place. And Manu is ruling in that place. So in that kingdom of Manu, there are no mental uh, anxieties. It is full of prosperous. People are full of free from all the sufferings. All the three material sufferings are not there. Tapatraya is not there. And Manu, although he was situated in the Grihasthashram, he is ruling as a Kshatriya, and still he, for his whole life, he was completely engaged in discussing the glories of the Lord. So he has a lot of love for the Lord. So this is the glory of the Lord. He maintained the atmosphere of Krishna consciousness, although he is ruling the world. And he is always absorbed in hearing, writing, and chanting the Lord's pastimes. And in this way, he transcended all the miseries. So because the person who is completely absorbed in hearing and chanting and worshipping the Lord, so although he is situated in this world doing so many duties, then for them, the miseries cannot bind him. So his mind, words, and body completely engaged in service of the Lord. So therefore, no miseries can perturb him. So Manu taught so many duties to all the sages when they asked. when certain sages asked. So in this way, we can see Manu Samhita and other literature have also come. So in this way, Swayambhu Manu's wonderful activities are also described in brief. Now, Kaddam Muni and Devahuti, how they lived their life. So that is mentioned. So Kaddam Muni and Devahuti started serving Kaddam Muni just like the Parvati serves the Lord Shiva. So like that is, she is completely uh, chaste. She started serving Kaddam Muni, and her qualities, how she is serving, that is mentioned. Vishrambena means with very intimacy, with and Atma Shauchena, with purity of mind and body. Gauravena, with great respect. Damena, with control of the senses. And Shushrushaya, with service. Saufrudena, with love. Vacha Madhuraya, with beautiful words. So she is serving the Kaddamuni like with very intimately, very with love and sweet words, with great respect and controlling all her senses. In this way, she is serving. And Vishrujya Kamam Dambam cha. She has given up all the material desires and pride and Damba. Damba is like pride and Vesham Lobam Agam Madam. She has given up all the enmity, envy, greed, sin, and madness. And Apramatta, with very attentively, she daily, Nityam, she served him, and in this way she completely satisfied that powerful Kaddamuni. So was her wonderful example of how she is serving, that can be noted here. And this is how even disciples can also serve the spiritual master. That example also can see. So Kaddamuni, noticing that how she is nicely serving him, he was very much overcome with compassion, and even Devahuti neglected her own body for serving him. So therefore, Kaddamuni was very much pleased with her after some time, after a long time, and he started speaking that I am very much pleased with you that you served me without even caring for your own body. Generally, body is very much dear to every conditioned soul, embodied beings. But you neglected your own body to serve me. So therefore, I am very much pleased. And because of that, I will award you all the facilities, all the power that I have attained through my devotional yoga and austerities. Those things also, all those things that I have attained, you will also attain. So that Bhagavad Prasada. And when someone attains these, there will be no, they will not get subject to lamentation and fear. So and uh, and whatever you desire, I can fulfill. In this way, he speaks to Devahuti. So Devahuti, she was very much happy and very much satisfied with the words of Kaddamuni. She says that, like, I have a desire to uh, have offspring. So, and please arrange uh, by your powers that we will produce offspring, and also arrange a suitable house so that uh, we can have our children, and uh, also, like, I am very much emaciated, my body is not suitable, so please make sure that my body is also restored to health. In this way she replies. Kaddam Muni, on hearing her reply, he creates a wonderful aerial mansion. It is like an airplane, but it has all the facilities. For example, in this world, there is a cruise ship, right? Ship which had all the facilities, like they have tennis bar, tennis court, like that. Everything is arranged in that cruise ship, and people who go there, although they are sailing in the ocean, but they experience all the pleasures. So like that, this is an airplane which has palatial buildings, and within that buildings that has like wonderful, that building itself is decorated with so many jewels and everything. It's full of artistic work, fabrics, everything. And in that building, so many wonderful uh, the furniture is there, which is like top class furniture, we can say, according to Vedic standards. It has like domes, canopies, and not only furniture, so many pleasure grounds are there, so much gardens, and so many birds are there. So it is so wonderful that mansion, that seeing that mansion, even Kardamuni he was astonished, because he, out of his yogic powers, he created that. He also doesn't know that wonderful creation will be done. So he, it even astonished even Kartamuni. So such a wonderful building with so much wonderful furniture, gardens, and so much. Even the wonderful birds are also there. So like that, seeing that, he astonished Kardamuni, and he instructed Devahuti that you take bath in this Bindu Sarovar and all your desires will be fulfilled. And then you can ascend the airplane. So Devahuti, when he entered that Bindu Sarovar, in that lake, she saw 1,000 young girls, and they have come and they started serving her. So, and they kind of decorated her, they made her take bath and decorated her. And she, like when she took bath, dressed and garlanded and fully decorated with ornaments, she was like, she became very beautiful. And then when she became beautiful, she remembered her husband. Immediately he got transported to that aerial mansion with all her 1,000 servants. So Kardamuni and Devahuti, in that way, that airplane is like that airplane, and surrounded by so many servants. He shown like a moon surrounded by so many stars. So that airplane can go wherever one desires. So that is a wonderful airplane. So they started visiting so many places in this world. So generally people like they visit some places in this Bhumandal, but Kardamuni and Devahuti, not only this earth, but they started visiting even the other places beyond this our earth, to like different places situated in the other places in Swarga and other areas of this earth, like Mount Meru, Nandana Garden in the heavenly planets. So like that, that airplane can travel wherever they go. So even the enjoyment of Kardamuni, we can see for a yogi, that even that enjoyment also goes beyond any expectation of this world. In that way, he was traveling. So that opulence of Kardamuni, that enjoyment or that pleasure that he is exhibiting, it even astonished even the great devatas. So it even established great devatas, such as the glory. So like one can say, like one will be astonished. How can Kardamuni exhibit such opulences? So then Shukadev Maitreya Muni says that Kim Durapadanam Tesham Pumsam Uddama Chetasam. Like what is difficult to achieve for a person who has taken shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord. So Kardamuni is a worshipper of the Lord. So when Lord wants to fulfill his desires, it will go beyond anyone's expectation. So in this way, Kardamuni and Devahuti, they traveled all over the world, enjoyed the all over the world, traveling to many pleasure places. It is like honeymoon they are experiencing. And after traveling for some time, they returned to their ashram, and Kardamuni and Devhuti united, and through that union, 9 daughters have appeared, and they, in their enjoyment, 100 years they passed like a many years. It passed just like a moment. So one nature of enjoyment, it's mentioned, Bhagavatam always gives this analogy. When someone observes in sense gratification, time passes like a moment. So although so much time has passed away, they feel that only in a short time only it elapsed. So this also can be seen with the Sugriva example in Ramayana and other places. So the nature of sense gratification is that time passes like a moment. So they enjoyed like that for 100 years, and the 9 daughters have appeared through Devahuti. And as Kardamuni, he has previously predicted, he has told that I will renounce after producing offspring. So Kardamuni, he desires to leave the home. So Devahuti understood that Kardamuni is now leaving home. So she was very much pained because Kardamuni was now leaving. So therefore she expresses her concern to Kardamuni that although she was experiencing pain, she suppresses her tears and requests Kardamuni that Kardamuni, like I have stayed with you, like I have stayed with you for this long time, but you should, but I am now experiencing fear. So you should award me fearlessness also, Abhaya. So please give me this fearlessness, because you like daughters, I have, yeah, like daughters. After some time, all the daughters will get married and they will go to their respective husbands. And you, when you are also departing as a sannyasi, so who will give me solace? So I will be having fear. And although I am in your association, you are such a great personality, but I wasted all my time in thoughts of sense gratification only. I neglected to cultivate knowledge of the Lord, although I am situated with your presence. So generally, the association with sadhus should association with sadhus should give rise to knowledge, and it leads to the path of liberation. But association with sense gratification, that will become the path of bondage. So uh, therefore, the association with materialists, it will lead to bondage, but association with devotees always leads to liberation. And anyone who is performing actions in this world, if those actions does not lead to dharma, that is, those actions are waste. And if the dharma does not lead to vairagya, that dharma is kind of said to be waste. And if that vairagya, if it does not lead to the service of the Lord, that is also waste. So that person is said to be a living corpse. I am such living corpse because I am completely cheated by Maya of the Lord, and I did not ask for liberation. I simply engaged my life in sense gratification. So therefore, you should award me fearlessness. In that way, Devahuti submits her request to Kardamuni. So we will see how Kardamuni benedicts Devahuti, and how Lord Kapila Dev appeared, and how Lord Vishnu took birth as Kapila, and how Kapila Muni awards that fearlessness to Devahuti, and how Kardamuni renounces and achieves perfection. We will consider in the next time. So we stop here. If anyone has any to say, definitely we will end. So, okay, then we will continue our discussion in the next time. Thank you everyone for your patient hearing. Hope these are all making understanding and making sense. So, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Gandhara Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai Shri Prabhupada.